And that is why Michael Penix Jr. is in the Heisman race and right at the top of it.
Reincarnated, I'm a stargazing. Life goes on, I need her, my babies.
Woke up looking for the broccoli. I keep a horn on me, deck of my seat. I peep ownership, the blueprint is by me. Mr. Get Off, I get off at my feet.
What if I told you the Atlanta Falcons didn't just draft a quarterback? They ignited a quarterback controversy that would define the next decade of football in Atlanta. Michael Penix Jr. wasn't supposed to be here. Not in Atlanta. Not behind a $180 million quarterback, but somehow, some way, he's become the most talked about name in Georgia football since Matt Ryan. He's got the arm, the grit, and the story, but how did we get here? How did Michael Penix Jr. go from injury-prone college star to the future of the Atlanta Falcons franchise? Well, that's what we're diving into now, but first, a quick word from our sponsor. Have you ever heard someone say they had stock in that player since day one? Well, the sponsor of today's video makes that a reality, Prediction Strike. Prediction Strike is the world's first fantasy sports stock exchange where it pays to be a fan. With the lowest fees in sports at 2.5%, you can start trading today. For example, if you wanted in on some of the Michael Penix Jr. action right now over on Prediction Strike, he has a share price of $1.50. That's incredible. Thousands of people are already participating. It's time you put your sports knowledge to work and do the same. Get in on your favorite players, the next superstars, and the players you know are being slept on. Right now, when you use code DDS, when making your first deposit over on Prediction Strike, not only are you going to get a free deposit match bonus of up to $200, but you're also going to be entered into the jersey giveaway that we're doing every Friday for the next 4 Fridays. So, if you use code DDS over on Prediction Strike, make sure you screenshot the minimum $10 deposit using code DDS, screenshot it, and DM it to me over on Instagram at Daily Dynasty Show, and you are entered into the jersey giveaway that we'll be doing for the next 4 Fridays. Good luck, thank you, and shout out to Prediction Strike. Now back to the video. Let's rewind to April 2024. The Atlanta Falcons had just signed Kirk Cousins to a 4-year, $180 million deal with $100 million guaranteed. This was their guy. The veteran presence, the stabilizer, the win-now move for Atlanta. So when the Falcons walked up to the podium with the 8th overall pick in the NFL draft, nobody, and I mean nobody, expected them to take a quarterback, especially not Michael Penix Jr., a player with first-round talent but serious medical red flags. Fans were stunned. Analysts were confused. Kirk Cousins? Oh, he was shocked. It wasn't just a pick. It was a statement. The Falcons didn't just want insurance. They wanted competition.
We like Michael Penix. We love Michael Penix. Did not expect the Falcons to be in the quarterback game whenever we were chatting about all this. Matt Mel, how come you didn't tell us that this was potentially going to happen?
Well, because I think this is pretty idiotic. You just spent $160 million on a quarterback. You got other holes you need to fill, and you draft another quarterback. You're just going to sit him for 2 years? I mean, I don't know. Maybe Arthur Blank and the boys down there, they think they have the team that can compete to win right away, so they don't need, an impact plug-and-play player. I did not see this coming.
There is a statement from Kirk Cousins' agent, Mike McCartney, who said, quote, "It was a big surprise. We had no idea this was coming. The truth is the whole league had no idea this was coming. We got no heads up."
So let's look at the 2023 Atlanta Falcons offense. On paper, talented. On the field, frustrating. Their strength was definitely the run game with Bijan Robinson. He looked like the second coming of Alvin Kamara, rushing for over 1,000 yards and adding another 400 through the air. But the weakness? Quarterback inconsistency. Desmond Ridder and Taylor Heineke couldn't string together drives. What else? Red zone inefficiency. They ranked near the bottom of the league in scoring touchdowns inside the 20. And their lack of explosive plays. They were painfully conservative, struggling to stretch the field vertically. I couldn't believe it. It was so hard to watch, especially if you are a Falcons fan. Now enter Michael Penix Jr., a deep ball assassin. In college, he led the nation in passing yards, thrived in a vertical offense, and wasn't afraid to take risks. He was everything the 2023 Falcons offense wasn't. And here's the thing about Michael Penix Jr. You look at who he played with in college, every single one of those receivers went on to have successful draft days, apart because of Michael Penix Jr. As training camp started in 2024, the Falcons quarterback room became the most tense in the NFL. Cousins was recovering from his Achilles injury, trying to reclaim his form. Penix impressing everyone in camp with his poise, arm talent, and command of the huddle. Whispers started. Would Penix push Cousins? Was this a legitimate QB competition, or was it just a matter of time before a QB controversy boiled over? The media called it awkward, the fans called it exciting. The locker room divided.
Cousins, first read taken away. Left side, he throws. Wide open, Pitts. Touchdown, Atlanta. Under a minute and a half to go in the third. Here's one, caught by Mooney. Breaking a tackle for the touchdown. Empty backfield. And the throw wide open for the touchdown, Drake London.
Kirk Cousins began the season as the starter, and early on, things looked good. He threw for 275 yards and 3 touchdowns in Week 1, and the Falcons opened the season 3-1, but the wheels slowly came off. Turnovers crept in, the deep ball vanished, the offense stalled, and by Week 9, Cousins had more interceptions than touchdowns in a 3-game stretch, and the Falcons set at 4-5. That's when the Falcons made the call. Michael Penix Jr. would start Week 10. A new era had begun. His rookie season wasn't perfect. Rookie mistakes, inconsistent mechanics, but the spark he brought was undeniable. The locker room believed in him.
The Falcons naming Michael Penix Jr. their starting quarterback for the remainder of the season. What does this mean for Kirk Cousins' future?
Huge implications here.
Sure.
So the teams I've talked to around the league do expect that Kirk Cousins will be in a new uniform next year.
He looks nothing like the player that he used to be. He won't move in the pocket. He won't get through progressions that much right now. Like last night, I'm going, at some point, we got to put our foot in the ground and rip a throw. And that's just not happening.
The 2025 offseason made one thing clear. The Falcons were building around Michael Penix Jr. Signed a veteran guard to shore up the interior line and give Penix a clean pocket. Brought in a quarterback's coach with a track record of developing mobile left-handed passers. That's right. The message: we believe in you. So why is Michael Penix Jr. the Falcons' future? Because he's got the tools, an elite arm, the mental toughness forged through injury battles, and the leadership to rally a locker room. Because he's overcome every doubt, every injury, every question about his durability or decision-making. And most of all, because when the Falcons gave him the keys to the offense, he didn't just drive. He took off. Michael Penix Jr. might not have been the obvious pick, but he might just be the right one. And if what we've seen so far is any indication, the future in Atlanta is electric. But you let me know in the comments. Is Penix the real deal, or is this just a flash in the pan? I believe so. I believe that Michael Penix Jr., he's the real deal. If you made it to this part of the video, first of all, thank you. I really appreciate you, and I make these videos for people like you. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like it, because when I started making these videos just a few weeks ago, I didn't realize how much the like button meant. But apparently YouTube makes it to where it means a lot. So if you enjoyed it and you like my content, please like this video down below and subscribe so you never miss another video, because every Friday I'll be dropping a new one. And until the next one, see ya.